Good morning everybody. Hope you're all well out there and I hope you're enjoying these season changes. I love this season, but boy, it's cold this morning. Nice and fresh. Gets my brain working. So I was going to share some content this morning about why we attract the wounds that we already know. So that reoccurring thing, different person, same situation. Why do we keep having the same situation, or the same people treat us in a certain way, and the same pain resurface that we're already carrying? Well, there is a plus to that. It's a beautiful way of healing. We can only get triggered or reactive to something we're already carrying. So if it's a pre-existing wound, boom, it's going to blow the minute somebody touches that wound, whether they know it or not. And the universe is very clever in a way. It will keep presenting us with the same situations until we do our work on us. It's not actually about other people, it's about our work on us, so that wound is healed. And two things happen there that's quite miraculous, really. One is that we no longer attract situations that stir that wound, and then two, if we're ever around that situation that could trigger that wound, it doesn't, because we're healed, so we're no longer reactive to it. But we will keep finding ourselves in those situations until that wound is done, and sometimes we have to go through situations again and again to get to a deeper part of what that wound is. We can't always do it all in one hit, but also careful with the mind. The mind is very good at tricking us. So if we've had a lot of trauma and it is not yet dealt with or completed, what will happen is our mind will be hypervigilant and we'll see that trauma a lot, we'll see that wound a lot. And the problem is we may not have got it right. We might think, oh yeah, this is a situation where that thing's going to happen again, just because it feels familiar, or a person feels familiar to somebody from the past, and actually we might have got it wrong. That situation may not be about to repeat. I mean, history doesn't always have to repeat just because it's happened before. I think, is it 90 or 99%? I read it somewhere, so take it with a little bit of dust. 90 or 99% of things that we worry about never go on to happen. And I think that's awesome, because otherwise, if we're worried and scared everywhere we go about something that happened 20 years ago happening again, we're not really going to live our lives. And the thing is, the mind, the chemistry of the brain can have been so traumatized that the kind of like the smoke going off, a traffic light, red light, warning bells, we're in danger, this situation is about to happen again. And the brain damage, if you like, can be deeply impacted by a lot of trauma, and it can make the brain fire off warning signs where it's not relevant. The brain can go into high alert itself and give you like hyper arousal, fear, where actually you're perfectly safe. So it's about working out, have I got a wound that still needs healing, so I stop recreating or being in or attracting to me or experiencing the same situation, so I'm no longer reactive, I can respond instead. And actually, am I gauging it right? Am I so hyper vigilant that I sense danger everywhere where it's not? And that takes away your ability to live life. Not an easy one to work out, but healing is such an enormous thing for us all, and it's such a beautiful gift, because actually our healing, where we get triggered, we see there's still a wound. Where we work with that wound, we set ourselves free. Have a great weekend, everybody.